Hello from Rhodes, and yes, I'm here with Stephen, otherwise now known as Father John Luke, in Rhodes at the Church of Santa Maria in Rhodes Old Town. I'm just going to be talking to Father John Luke about the work that he's doing with the refugees here on the island, but also the sick, elderly and infirm within Rhodes. So, Stephen, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you for
We've
coming.
had an amazing few days with
Good.
you. What would you like to say to our followers in the UK that have been supporting the work that you're doing here?
Well, firstly, I think it has to be a big thank you and to show our gratitude for the generosity that they've shown towards these people. Because as you know, they seem to be the most marginalised here in Rhodes. This is a fact. And the other thing is they continue to arrive from Iraq, from Iran, even from Gaza now, of course many coming from Syria. So without the help of generous people, it would be very difficult to take care of them all.
And you know, obviously I talk a lot about how the little things are the big things, and nothing showed that more clearly to me than the other day when we went to see some of the young people and we took a watermelon. And the joy of the watermelon and the ceremony of cutting the watermelon and then sharing it amongst all of the refugee families there was amazing. So as you can see,
شايف بالخالته برافو شايف انت بالخالته برافو الله يحفظك.
Good to know that the donations are enabling this kind of fresh fruit and supplies to be delivered to them.
Because as you know, through our own Franciscans from the Holy Land or the Franciscans in Italy, we receive money to buy the basics. So pasta, rice, tomatoes, oil, tins of tuna, the most basic things are sent every week. But these little treats, as you saw the other day, are very, very important. And the joy from such a simple gift, a watermelon that costs so little, it was also, for me, it was amazing. And to see, and they were happy and they were clapping, and to have that in a monotonous day of 24 hours in the conditions that they're living in, for me as well, it brought great satisfaction.
But also we spent some of the money, we bought toothbrushes and toothpaste. Now, amongst children and young people, it isn't probably the thing they'd have on the top of their wish list for a present. But the way that these were received, and people were running off to clean their teeth with their own toothbrush and toothpaste.
I think you've got to remember that they have literally nothing. They flee their countries, they spend all that time walking through Turkey, generally. Then they risk their lives in plastic dinghies, and the sea's very rough, and of course many drowned. So when they come to Rhodes, often they have very, very little. So a tube of toothpaste and a toothbrush is expensive, is something that we take for granted and we really don't think about. And yet for them, toothbrush, toothpaste, soap, some shampoo for their hair, because often they'll be washing their hair with a bar of soap. There's all this kind of thing. Or they might not even have any soap. So they're things that we wouldn't think about because we presume that people have these things and they don't.
Yeah.
So again, they were absolutely delighted.
And for the ladies, on our first visit, with the conversation I had with them, I took them sanitary towels, and they were overjoyed to have these, because obviously they've been making do with rags. And so again, simple things that we take for granted is making a huge difference.
Yeah, yes, because they wouldn't be able to afford to buy things like that. So they do manage with what they can.
But also it's about making individuals feel like themselves again. These people are traumatised by what they've experienced. I spoke to a lady, do you remember, who's only been 20 days in the camp with her son, and she'd walked from Sudan. She had walked, I have no idea of the journey, and I didn't get the full geography, but she walked until she could get on a boat to escape the persecution. Obviously her husband had been killed, and it was her and her son. And to make these people feel like themselves again with the basic kind of hygiene amenities that we take for granted is really an important part of their recovery, I think.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we had the wish list of the crayons and the pens and the books, which obviously have been received and were excitedly being coloured in as we left. So if you had a final message for our readers, what would it be, Stephen?
It would be a very big thank you, and really I'm very, very grateful, because the joy that I see in them when we take these small treats for them also makes me very happy. And to restore some kind of dignity and some kind of joy in their lives, and especially for the children, for me is very important. So thank you very much.
Yeah, and on behalf of myself and Roy, I'd like to say thank you. Obviously, Stephen and I have known each other for 40 years, and who would have thought 40 years ago at the London Hospital that our paths would have taken us where they have, and that you would be here as the Vicar General of Rhodes, and I'm working with the Academy of Fab staff and being able to support this work. So thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.